like I like to say, words of amazement. Yes, ma'am.
I have one more question. We know we're talking about Victoria City Park boat ramp, and then you said if you go past that, there's another park where we can park as team captains. What is the name of that? Or
It's the same park. It's just another parking lot. It's up near what's called the Rose Garden. It's where the old park headquarters are, and there's a playground as well. It's just an open parking lot.
Okay. Thank you.
Victoria City Park's very long.
Yeah, it's probably like 5 miles of river frontage kind of thing.
Wow.
Maybe not quite that, but pretty long. And same thing. There's folks who don't actually do their handoff at the park. They use some of the other places along there, but you do still have to sign your team through the checkpoint.
Right.
And the river marathon ends.
I'm sorry.
A little bit further down in the Victoria Park, go around the corner, it's called Pebble Beach. It's a big, nice sandbar
Right.
turn. It's real shallow there.
I can never remember what it's called, but it's pretty good parking, pretty good access, big wide left-hand turn, and great big old gravel bar. The river marathon actually ends at the pump house, which is its own special thing. We feed you there too. That's like twice you gotta get fed. I need to raise the price on stuff. At the marathon, you get to eat at the pump house. And so that's just a little bit different. It's a pain in the butt to take out there because it's a pretty long walk uphill, but it's neat to do something a little bit different than what we normally do. Any other questions?
What's the best way to run the guts?
The best way to run the guts? Get down there and practice the hell out of them and learn how to get through them.
Gator chase race.
I mean, yeah, that's another thing. Run the gator chase and get behind somebody who's already done that.
Going with others.
Then you will learn and always go with somebody. I'm not trying to be facetious. There's no way I could sit here and tell you how to go through them. I mean, no, that's not true. I could tell you how to go through them, but it wouldn't make any sense until you've actually got there and seen it, because some of these cuts are not much wider than what I can reach with my arms. And so if you're trying to follow a track on a GPS, the what's the word I'm looking for? The deflection or the whatever on the GPS is not that accurate. So you could show you running through the trees and you're running right where you need to go. So really, for me, it's a matter of knowing it as well as I can without relying on the visual aids, as you would. Anyone else that's finished the race have a different take on that?
Training.
I mean, dude, it's the most fun part of the whole river. I mean, it is the wildest, most least likely you're going to run into anything except for alligators and snakes and that kind of thing. You're not going to run into people. I said it earlier, it is literally my favorite part of this whole race is to go down there and go through those swamps and stuff. But I want to tell you, not to pat myself on the back, to explain it how often I've been down there. When we were at the point of calling the race last year, because who knows what's going on. There were two of us that we went to the bottom of Alligator Lake, which we know how to drive there. It's on somebody's ranch, and it's like, what do we do now? Well, we need to go upstream to this point, and then we're going to walk to this point, and if that doesn't work, then we're going to go do this, and all of that was in the middle of the night. It wasn't like it pays to know that stuff, and there are teams who are top. They should be top 5 teams, and they've gotten themselves lost down there because they were relying on the GPS or something, and they'd never practiced it. And they're sitting there going, do we turn right or left here? Well, let's do both, kind of thing.
Not that we enjoy watching the spot tracker during the race and going, what are they doing out there?
Now, speak for yourself. I enjoy this.
At the beginning of this, you said something about taking the Jeep trail or something?
Yep. So
you had mentioned that we couldn't take our boat out if there was an actual way to get through with the water. So it says, is that?
I think you probably took what I said probably more literal than what it's meant. The idea is if there is a jam or obstruction in the river, we want you to safely get around that.
Yeah.
And so it starts sounding like I'm telling old man stories, which I guess everything I do is telling old man stories at this point. In 2009, there were like 4 jams, but it was one of those things, if you took the literal, what it says in the rules, we should have gotten out of the boat, gone 150 yards, got back in the boat, paddled 200 yards, get out of the boat, go for a half of a mile, get back in the boat, and get back out. What we all did is we got out of the boat and we made a mile-long portage, and that was the most miserable mile of my 62 years. I think. No, probably the last safari we did. That was the last little mile was pretty miserable. But so the idea is you get out at a safe distance above it and you get back in at a safe distance. So, but down there, what I was saying is it's safer and easier, especially if you haven't gone down and looked at it, to get on the left-hand side because there is a clear path. It's not, if you get out on the right-hand side, I mean, it's like I called it the spaghetti bowl earlier. I think that's accurate. Josh, you did your first one last year. What do you think?
Oh, he didn't get to go?
About like the worst spot or?
Well, you did the log jam.
Well, you didn't do log jam.
chase.
Well, I did the gator
He
chase.
did the gator chase.
Yeah, I'll say doing the gator chase, me and my partner, we just talked to some of the other experienced teams, and the Webbers, we asked them, can we follow you through the cuts? And they said, of course, and we just stayed right on their tail through the cuts. They know it, they've done it a lot of years, and do the same thing. Show up to at the marathon afterwards when you're eating your dinner, find someone who has an old race shirt on, and ask them if they're doing the gator chase, and ask them, can we follow you through? And 9 times out of 10, they'll say yes. After that, it is a maze. If you don't know it, the gator chase is the best way because it's very popular. If you don't know it and you're trying to go train it, have another boat come with you. I wouldn't say it's smart to try and do it by yourself if you're completely inexperienced with it. But it is, like Jay said, the wildest piece of river you will experience in the whole course. It is different. It's very different.
I mean, dang it, he left. Kyle Leonard was here earlier, and he won the race for the first time when he was 16 years old, and did it for the first time when he was 11 with his dad, who had won the race several times. You can't repeat that because it has to be 13 at least now to do the race. But I asked him, I said, what would you practice if you had to practice something? And I have historically said from here to Gonzales. And I thought it was really interesting because he said he would practice the lower river. He said what happens is people tend to set themselves up. They look at the upper river, and it's like, you're not too miserable at that point. You know how to get through it, but right now it's so low that you can get out of the race. I mean, get out of the boat. And I didn't even get my knees wet. Go ahead, Josh.
I would say the most important part to train, if you're completely new to it, is the bay.
The bay?
Because if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong in the bay.
And Kyle's point was saying that lower stretch of river is nobody ever gets lost in the upper river. It's like, well, geez, that makes sense. I've been doing this for 40 years and thought I need to find my way better all these jams. Nobody ever gets lost in the upper river. People get lost between Swinging Bridge and now Wooden Bridge, and they get jacked up in the bay. It used to be one of those things too, practicing the bay was like, well, I know my way across. Or you would go out to practice it and guess which day it would be. It'd be like this, it's like it's perfect weather, the bay is perfectly calm, and you get out there during the race, and now you've got waves that are breaking over the boat, and you've never been out there in the dark, and it's like, what is going on here?
Lights everywhere.
Yeah, there's lights everywhere. You know, it doesn't matter that we've told you there's a blinking yellow light, because guess what? There's, oh, I almost said the F word. That would really matter. There are blinking yellow lights everywhere out there. And sometimes your media team will get mad at you because you put flashing blue and green lights on the finish line.
Actually, you just need more freaking light, that's all.
But you really do need to know your way across there. And nowadays, there's apps for everything, right? So if you don't want to go practice it on a perfectly flat day, just watch your app. And you know this is the weekend you're going to go practice. And guess what? The bay's going to suck today. And so today's the day you need to go practice the bay. Not next week when it's going to be flat again. I mean, there's technology has its place even for us old Luddites. So I would certainly say practice the bay in the worst conditions you can possibly find. And wear your PFD.
Turn right at the Blanca and turn right at the Confluence, right? Is that right? Am I right?
Yeah, that's true. You know, it's like every year we've seen somebody manage to turn left up the Blanca. I don't understand how, but they do. So, you know, it helps to know that first, 5 miles of the race. Every year somebody manages to turn right when you get to the confluence of the Guadalupe. So if in doubt, well, that doesn't work.
Don't always follow the person in front of you because they might be going the wrong way.
That's right. You know, it's like, that's always my favorite thing. I'm going to follow them. They know where to go. No, they don't. I mean, they're just as jacked up as you are, but you were smart enough to be here today, and you were smart enough to go practice it so you know where you're going. So let them make the mistake, and then you go do your thing.
One thing about the bay, once you get out of the back bay across the Barge Canal, when in doubt, veer more to the left.
Yep.
Because you're going to think Swan Point, and when you're out in the ocean, you see the point, but that's not Swan Point, that's a different one that's going to take you going towards Porpoise. So hug that Seadrift side the first time, or even during the race. If it's night and you're not quite sure, you're better off hugging that Seadrift side, and then you can follow the bank around instead of like going out to Timbuktu.
I told Kristen the other day that if I were by myself, I would go to the old finish line. And if I go to the old finish line, then all I've got, and by old finish line, I mean Bayfront Park in Seadrift. I would go there and then I would just make the loop around because there's no way I miss it at that point. So once you get into the bay, that's great advice, Holly. Stay to the left. If you stay to the left, you're eventually going to come to the finish line. If you're really good and it's like you're that guy who can navigate your way across open water, knock yourself out. But yeah, that left bank it's not even a bank. The left shore, whatever you call it, the Seadrift side. Other questions? Okay, raise your hand if you're tired of hearing my voice. Not you, Nathan. I know you're tired of hearing that.
I'd say thank you to all of you. Thank you.
So I'll give, and one more thing. Josh, one piece of advice. Only one, not two.
Train. Get on the water as much as you can. I don't think there's anything better you can do to prepare.
Holly?
Practice with all your stuff that you're thinking about racing with. Test it all out.
All right, from our techie guy back in the back.
I was going to say, listen to these people to practice on the race. Yeah.
Andrew?
Their devices, practice with their GPS devices.
Andrew?
Just when you're racing, just don't get out of the boat.
Don't get out of the boat. See, Mike?
Get your light systems down, because if you can't see, you're not going to go fast.
Anybody left over there? Former Senator Kristen? 20 plus times team captain and 2 times safari finisher, you're gonna have some kind of advice.
Involve your team captains earlier. Don't wait till the week before the race.
Read everything on the website
Yes.
and the Facebook page. Read.
I would leave you with this. For 30 years, the weekend before the safari, Kristen and I have driven from Seadrift to the start and checked out every access point that we know, whether I was an official or racing. So back to preparing with your team captain, certainly worth the effort. What else did I say I was going to say? Do you remember? I don't know, man. I'm getting the whole time.
Practice with all your food, don't
Yeah.
forget.
You heard it, practice with all your gear, your food, you know. What is it? Train as you race and race as you train.
Smile for Patty.
Yes,
Smile.
smile for the cameras. And if you think it's bad, I will give you my Tom Goines advice. It's his advice, not mine. If you think it's bad, stop, pull over, get something to eat, sit there for a while, because none of us that have ever quit, including me, have, other than if you were in the hospital, maybe that might be a different situation, have ever been in a situation where it was not recoverable. You've got to want to get there. Whether that's a boat issue or a you issue or whatnot, and you have what it takes, you just have to decide you want to do it.
How bad do you want it?
And
Get back in the boat.
I would tell you the most important people in my life are involved in this race. And I'm getting old enough where some of them aren't here anymore. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and thank you for being here today. And that's all I got.